The Tupperware, the food storage container giant, is warning it may go out of business, saying it's so. The company's shares plunged yesterday after it admitted there were substantial doubts about its ability to continue. It also warned it could be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange.
Oof. Joining us now is Rick Newman. He's a senior columnist for Yahoo Finance. He's also the author of the book, Rebounders, How Winners Pivot from Setback to Success. Let's talk about this. It's a well-known brand. It's one word. You say Tupperware, people know what it is. They saw a surge in sales during the pandemic from people cooking at home. But what went wrong?
I think we're still trying to find out, but it looks like the basic story here is that they just didn't do anything to stay relevant. When was the last time anybody in the audience ever went to a Tupperware party? That is how the company made its name, going back to the 50s and 60s, when women who might have been stay-at-home moms would have a Tupperware party. They'd invite people over. That was the direct selling business model. That just doesn't really work anymore. Tupperware is online. You can buy Tupperware products at places like Amazon, and they recently made a deal to sell their products at Target stores. But it seems like they're just coming very late to what is now a transformed retail landscape where people want to buy stuff online. They tend to buy stuff they see influencers touting. They respond to snappy ads on Instagram and Snapchat and things like that. And Tupperware just isn't there.
So how can they expect to turn things around? As Omar says, I mean, it's not just that Tupperware. I mean, I think almost any time someone hands you a plastic container, even if it's not Tupperware, you say it's Tupperware.
Right.
They've got enormous, in other words, they've got enormous brand recognition. And so, yeah, perhaps people aren't going to Tupperware parties anymore, but you can still buy it on Amazon.
Right. However, you got to make profit here. And this company's sales have dropped off by quite a lot. They were profitable through the pandemic, but they did lose money in 2022. And I think there's some financial mismanagement going on as well. So, I mean, it's a real surprise when a company says to the SEC in an official filing, oh, by the way, we may not be able to continue as a viable concern. Then you have to say, what's going on there? I'm not sure we know completely, but it sounds like they have debt that they are having trouble paying back. That is one definition of not able to go on as a viable concern. So they can try to turn things around by getting more involved in, retail stores like Target. But if they just cannot pay their debts, that's what leads you to file bankruptcy. Now, if Tupperware does file bankruptcy, I don't think that necessarily means the brand disappears. We've seen a lot of brands, well-known brands like this, where the company declares bankruptcy, but sometimes bankruptcy itself is the way that a company can get out from too much debt and other financial problems like that. And then sometimes another company will come in and buy the brand. So Tupperware could be around for a while, even if the company is not.
Well, and that leads me to my next question. Is Ziploc sitting there going, yes, fine, here's our chance? or is this industry struggling because people don't care? They may know the name Tupperware, but if they don't care what it says on there in whatever storage, is the industry struggling?
I think it's all of the above. When you go to the grocery store, you see all these pretty cheap products in the storage aisle. I don't think you see Tupperware there. So there's always competition, especially now, as easy it is to innovate and have stuff made in China and get it over here quickly. I think the lesson here is that no brand, no matter how famous or how storied it might be, has a right to exist. Competition is ruthless, and somebody's always going to come along and do the same thing cheaper or come up with new innovations, even if it's just a better way to stack your storage gizmos, which is the kind of thing that consumers care about. And trendiness matters. I mean, you do have to continually be giving consumers new stuff. You can't just say, oh, they know us from the 1950s, therefore they're always going to buy us.
It's an excellent point. Rick Newman, always great to have you. Thank you.
See you guys.